This trims any fat. Like, it's literally what you need to know, and like it keeps a perpetual pace. One battle is a bit more epic, and it was a larger budgeted movie, to say the least. See, you act like you like the movie, but you're shitting on it, all the time.
No, I'm not saying it was a bad movie. I don't think I've ever said it was a bad movie.
You just booed it.
It was too
You
long.
do understand that she's complicated. Like, she's a very complicated person. Like, she likes the pacing of an hour and 45-minute movie, but she loves like Lord of the Rings, which is like 4.5 hours long. You know what I mean? Like,
complex.
She's very complex.
Yeah. Welcome to Seeing This, the weekly movie podcast where we bring you fresh reviews, celebrate our favorite movie anniversaries, have competitive movie drafts, filmmaker interviews, and much, much more. I am Mike Ornelas, the movie Mamba, and money. It's what is it again? Fuck, I should have wrote it down. Money. It's the root of all evil today. But if you ask for a rise, it's no surprise that they're giving none away. Joining me on the podcast is the feisty Pisces, Erica McMullen.
We love a Skarsgård brother.
We do indeed. Also on the podcast is the Gerber baby-faced assassin, Adrian Cedeno.
How can this shit show compete with John Wayne?
And that's all in reference to today's movie review, Dead Man's Wire, as well as the fact I got to see a cover band of Pink Floyd a couple days ago, so money was fresh on the mind. Erica hates on my Pink Floyd love.
It's not even that I don't like Pink Floyd. I just hate how much you talk about it.
Hey, man, they've been spitting bars for decades at this rate.
I just like to be
big hater over here. Hater in the house. So today's episode, like I said, we're talking Dead Man's Wire, the latest movie from Gus Van Sant, and we're also going to be touching on what we've seen this week. We are well into 2026. A lot of fun activities taking place here at Seen This Pod. We started a newsletter, so if you haven't subscribed yet, you can do so at seenthispod.com/subscribe. We make it real easy for you, so go and do that. But first things first, what have we seen this week? Ladies first this week. Let's go to Erica. Tell us what you've seen.
I wanted to do kind of like some throwbacks. So I watched The Fellowship of the Ring, the extended edition this morning.
Jesus Christ.
I'll tell you, the only reason I did that was because I was cleaning my space. So like I had to vacuum, I had to mop, I had to do a lot of stuff. So it was just kind of like one of those easy background movies where I could like stop for a little bit to like watch something happen and then keep going about my day. And then the other day, I was doing some crafts and I was watching Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh, okay. Yeah. When Erica does crafts, what does that include? What kind of crafts are we making? We knitting, scrapbook?
I'm doing a lot of crafting, you guys. Being a crafter when you have ADHD is just like the hardest thing ever. But right now I'm making an Easter basket for my goddaughter. I'm crocheting one. And then the other day when I was watching the movie, I was making some jewelry.
Oh, very fancy, very fancy. You mentioned The Fellowship of the Rings. If I'm not mistaken, they're coming out with another Lord of the Rings, right? The Hunt for Gollum or something. Is that right?
Yeah. So there's the Hunt for Gollum that's going to come out, but they're also, from what I understand, they're re-releasing The Fellowship into theaters because it's the 20th anniversary, 25th anniversary this year. It's one of those, I think.
Probably 25th. It's probably more than
25th anniversary.
Yep.
So,
well, listen.
Your girl's gonna be seated.
Yeah, to be honest, I feel like I've only watched the Lord of the Rings movies when they were out in theaters. So yeah, like 20 years ago. They're just so long. They're just so long.
Yeah. It's like watching Braveheart. Like you
Hey, Braveheart's great though. Come on.
Yeah, but you're devoting half your day. You're devoting half your day to watch that movie.
Here's the thing though. It's definitely like a nostalgia thing for me too.
Sure.
Like I've read the books, I've read The Hobbit. just
Yeah.
really enjoy those movies. Like they're
That was
just
probably the first
fun.
book you learned to read because you're like 5 in 2001, right? Well, how old were you?
No, I mean I didn't read it until later, but
Sure. Fair enough. All right, Adrian, what have you seen this week?
I actually took a page out of Erica's book and I was going throwbacks. I'm managing my daughter's softball team, so
All
I'm
right.
getting into the softball and baseball mode, and I went and watched 42.
Jackie
Classic Jackie
Robinson.
Robinson. Yeah. Our boy Bozeman just
Mm.
killed it.
Yeah. Rest
It
in
was
peace, Chadwick.
it's such a good movie. So well done. Captures uh his glory, I guess. Like everything he did so well. It's just so good.
Yeah.
Such a good movie. Harrison Ford even killed it.
Speaking of throwback,
you know, right?
yeah, I mean, I think that's one thing that it's always tough when you see such a great actor gone too soon is like you see the incredible work that they have done and you always think like what would have been on the horizon. And I think with Chadwick, like he had plenty of great films still in him and would
Yeah.
have
Or
brought a
even
lot to
like to think he made all this happen and he was probably suffering during
he was
all
already
of it,
sick.
you know?
Right.
Like, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, as for me, thank you for asking. I've seen I went down my girl Jessie Buckley rabbit hole a little bit. I wanted to see some of her films and I watched this movie called Beast. Shout out to the app Canopy. Have you guys heard of it? Or well, I think I
With a
text you
K.
guys with a K, yeah. So if you guys at home haven't heard of Canopy, it's essentially an app that partners with local libraries. So if you have a library card, you provide your library card number and PIN, use that as your login for Canopy, and there's thousands of movies you could stream for free without ads. You get like 40 tickets per month, and each movie varies in the amount of tickets, but from what I've seen, they're all like 2 tickets. So that's what 20 movies a month you get to watch for
Yeah.
free. So Beast, I found it on there. Jessie Buckley is a bit of a black sheep, misunderstood, has her own trauma, and meets this man that is questionable. And in the background, there's a serial killer rapist on the roam. And the whole movie is trying to navigate like who can you trust? The balancing act of morality, love is love, and how far will your love go? Even if it goes against your very strict parenting, so like a lot of different elements and layers. And again, Jessie Buckley just absolutely kills it. If you guys haven't seen Beast, I definitely recommend it. It doesn't completely land the plane. It makes a couple decisions at the end. It's like 5 minutes too long. I would have ended it 5 minutes sooner. Leave it a little bit more mysterious, but they definitely, give a solidified answer. I think I would have liked it more interpretation. But yeah, so that was Beast. Check that out. And then I also was feeling throwback, and I just watched Mortal Kombat, the
Nice.
1990, the 1995 version. It just celebrated its 30th anniversary, and we didn't get to do a deep dive on that. We did mention it in our 1995 movie draft.
Your soul is mine.
It's so good. It's so bad.
So bad that it's great.
But it's so good. And especially if you played the video game, like there's so many what you would call Easter eggs that are directly from the video games. And I just think it's one of those movies. I mean, it's one of the first movies I remember watching at the movie theater. Like my dad took me, I think me and my buddy Dave, shout out Dave, and I came out of the movie theater thinking I knew fucking karate and kung fu. I was ready
thinking
to
I
fight.
could do the splits like Johnny Cage
Yeah,
and punch somebody.
That's
Yeah.
funny.
I'm always mad at the way they did Sub-Zero, the way he was. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen Mortal Kombat, but the way he's killed, where it's like Liu Kang just throws a bucket full of water and it's like, get the fuck out of here. It's not how it works. But yeah, had a lot of fun with that. We have the relaunch of Mortal Kombat, the sequel to the one that came out, I think 2 years ago now, is coming out, I think later this year.
I heard good things about it too. I never saw it, but did you like it?
Oh, the one that came out a couple years ago?
Like the newer rebooted one that came out?
I'd give it an even Commodus Scale.
Okay.
Like, you saw it, Adrian?
Yeah. The
Yeah.
story. I wasn't a fan of the storyline. I did like the Scorpion Sub-Zero aspect of it and like their story. But to be honest, I watched like the animated version of that
yeah.
like Mortal Kombat story, and it was way better. It was
Yeah,
so
yeah.
good.
So the Mortal Kombat that just came out was actually just came out. It's now fucking 5 years ago,
Yeah, it's old.
2021. But the one, Adrian, I think you're referring to, I think we talked about it. I don't know if I told you about it or you came about it yourself, but Mortal Kombat Legends Scorpion's Revenge
Yeah.
came out in 2020, and it's an animated version that's pure Mortal Kombat. It's got the violence, it's
Nice.
got great story. It's like really about Scorpion and his journey, his family, his legacy, all that. But anyways, killer soundtrack. What more can you say about Mortal Kombat? With that being said, let's get to our main review of Dead Man's Wire.
Have you seen this?
Have you seen it?
Have you seen this?
I know, I've seen this. I know this.
So, Adrian, let's get this kicked off the right way with you giving us a description from Letterboxd for this movie. What does it say?
Yes, sir. Directed by Gus Van Sant. His revolution was televised. In 1977, former real estate developer Tony Kuritis, Kuritis puts a dead man's switch on himself and the mortgage banker who did him wrong, demanding $5 million and a personal apology.
I love that last part. He demanded an apology.
It's so good.
Had you guys heard of this story? Because this took place in, what'd you say, 1977, right?
77, yeah.
You'd never heard of it, Adrian? You're shaking your head no, Erica?
Not at all.
Yeah, but I think it was more of just like I knew about it. I didn't really know like the logistics of it. I think it was more so, you know how like they have those like around the new year they have like, oh, through the decades, and they kind of
Sure.
like show you stuff. I think it was maybe on like one of those that like it
Yeah.
was mentioned, and I was like, oh, what the heck? But like
Yeah.
didn't really know the story. So I didn't really know anything going into this. Hadn't seen any trailers either.
Oh, cool. So you didn't know
yeah.
what you're getting into outside of
No,
like
I had
me
no
saying
idea.
check it out. Oh, cool,
Mhm.
cool, cool. Yeah, so I saw this out at TIFF, and it was probably top 5 movie out of TIFF that I saw out of like, what was it, like 23 movies I saw. And I was like, I can't wait till it goes wide so we can talk about it. So with that, Adrian, you kick us off here. What were your thoughts, without spoilers, on Dead Man's Wire?
It was so good. So good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. We went to watch it at the theater. Just watched it, a couple hours ago. It was a lot of fun. I didn't feel like it was too long. I felt like it was just right. I think it was like an hour, 45 minutes, something around there. But it was like spot on. Yeah, good timing. The pacing was perfect. It shot right into it and kept it going the whole time. Like no fluff, no nothing. Just let's go.
Yeah.
I appreciated it's not a spoiler. At the end, they show the actual real people compared to what was in the actors in the movie. And let me tell you, they don't look anything like
Right.
what they're supposed to. But the acting and the casting was on point.
Yeah.
For
Like
sure.
they don't look anything like the real people, but the way this was portrayed was amazing. I loved it.
Love it. Love to hear that. Love to hear that. Erica, what'd you think?
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I loved it. And you want to know this is going to be controversial, especially to you, Michael. This was the exact pacing that I wanted one battle after another to be.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yes. Like if this was like the pace, the timing, the go do, we're gonna move, we're gonna get through the story. I think I would have liked one battle after another a lot more. I think that's why I enjoyed this movie so much. I already said it at the beginning. I love a Skarsgård brother, and this proves it. Like a very talented acting family, like good for them. I think this is one of his best performances, to be honest.
For sure.
And then I was like, for the longest time, because like I said, I didn't see any trailers or anything.
Wait. Before you go, I feel like I know exactly where you're going to go because I was in the movie and I was like, this guy looks familiar. This guy looks familiar.
Where is his mullet? Like, who is this guy?
You're talking
The
about
entire
Carrie
thing.
Ells being in this movie, right?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. When,
Yeah.
when I was watching it, I was like, that he looks like Carrie Ells, but
Yeah.
his accent's completely different. They obviously make him look
No, they did.
different.
Like I said, I liked this movie, and I don't want to say I don't like movies like this because I do find myself enjoying like true situations where they put like, the dramatics on it a little bit and everything. But everybody did so good. Like everybody had like a really good performance. I'm glad. I was reading that they extended the time that this movie was supposed to be out. It wasn't supposed to be out anymore. They were
Oh,
supposed to
already.
end January 9th, and it got so many good, like, reviews from the places that were showing it that they extended it and opened it to other theaters. So I'm glad they did because it was great.
For sure. And just, we're talking about the cast here. Just to mention a few names, we already said Bill Skarsgård, Darcy Montgomery, Carrie Ells, Al Pacino, Coleman Domingo, Mahala, Kelly Lynch. Like, just such a
I think we're
cast.
thinking about this wrong person. I think you and I were thinking about different person. I was
Oh,
thinking about
really?
Dars. Yeah.
Oh, really? I was talking. Oh, sorry.
Because
I said Carrie Ells. Yeah.
yeah,
Sorry.
no, I kept looking at Dars and I was like,
Where do I know him
why
from?
do I know him? But when
I
I
see.
didn't end up watching the rest of Stranger Things, but when I did see him in it, like, it's all
Okay.
80s out. So I was like, is that him? Like, I couldn't really, like, is
Well,
it?
I think that kind of speaks just to the transformative nature that this whole cast is, put
Mhm.
through. I mean, Bill himself, obviously, he's Pennywise in it, and we just saw him in Nosferatu, and those are transformative due to like prosthetics and costume and everything.
Mhm.
But to your point, saying this might be, his best role, I think it's because he's transformative even without all that. Like
Mhm.
he's totally this guy, and his mannerisms are so incredible.
He's in another horror film where, like, him and a gal, like, book the same Airbnb at the same time or something. Oh, it is
Barbarian.
Barbarian, right? Okay,
Yeah,
I was like, I think that's what it is. But, yeah, I mean, he does well in that, but I really
yeah,
liked this one. I really liked it for him specifically. I thought he just did a great job because those
absolutely.
Skarsgård brothers are killing it, dude.
They are. I mean, that's like the ultimate Nepo family, right? I mean,
Yeah.
all from Papa Skarsgård to all the
Mhm.
boys, like
Yeah, and,
everyone
like, talk
crushes it.
about a very talented man as well, He's just
100%. I too enjoyed it, but I think one thing that we haven't even really touched on is, what's driving this character who Bill plays. What was his name? Tony, right? I think his name is.
yeah, Tony.
Yeah. What's pushing Tony to such lengths and such extremes? And I think my guest today will, summarize it really well of what's going on back in the 70s, back in 1992 when he was doing this interview, and that is Tupac doing an interview for MTV News. He's our special guest today. So let me bring him on so then he can highlight what drove Tony to take such desperate measures.
I mean, we've been slighted and we want ours. And I don't mean by like ours, 40 acres and a mule, because we're past that. But we need help. I mean, for us to be on our own 2 feet, us meaning youth or us meaning black people, whatever you want to take it for us to be on our own 2 feet, we do need help because we have been here. We have been a good friend. If you want to make it a relationship type thing, we have been there and now we deserve our payback. It's like you got a friend that you don't never look out for. You dressed up in jewels. Now America's got jewels and they paid and everything, and they lending money to everybody except us. And it's like, everybody need a little help on their way to being, self-reliant.
There it is. Everybody needs a little help, and Tony needed a little help, and he thought he could go to the banks, and he felt slighted by what happened.
Wait a minute. He felt slighted or he was slighted?
He felt slighted because he was slighted. And I think a lot of people in the 70s when this takes place, the 90s when Pac was talking, and even today with everything going on, the systems in place are fucking us. And it's not a surprise that it's probably designed that way, right? So I think back to just Skarsgård's performance, he has such charm and charisma, which makes quote unquote a criminal likable. We were talking about Marty Supreme and Timothy Chalamet, a performance and character you guys had a hard time with, and it's because he's not really redeemable. You know what I mean? He did have, well, it's not really spoilers for Timmy, but if you don't want to know anything about Marty Supreme, go forward 10 seconds. But he does hold a gun to someone in that movie. He does blow people up at a gas station in that movie. But here, Tony is terrorizing this guy throughout the whole movie with a gun to the back of his head, right? And that's pretty much the premise of this movie. I did enjoy it. Let's go to our Commodus Scale, just so then we can go to spoilers and talk a bit freely. I think I have a good sense of where this is going, but Erica, where are you going? Thumbs up, down, or even?
Thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up.
Just thumbs up.
Oh, just thumbs up. Okay. Adrian.
I'll go thumb up.
Thumb up. Yeah, thumb up, thumbs up also. I think, just overall, the pacing's great. The music is the score
Perfect.
and like the soundtrack that is used was great. And I think it fed into that pacing you're talking about. They get right into the movie, like you said, Adrian. They I think to what you were saying, Erica, as far as comparing it to one battle, and then this is me holding out an olive branch, is that this trims any fat. Like, it's literally what you need to know, and like it keeps a perpetual pace. One battle is a bit more epic, and it was a larger budgeted movie, to say the least.
Boom.
See, you act like you like the movie, but you're shitting on it, all the time.
No, I'm not saying it was a bad movie. I don't think I've ever said it was a bad movie.
You just booed it.
It was too
You
long.
do understand that she's complicated. Like, she's a very complicated person.
Sure.
Like, she likes the pacing of an hour and 45-minute movie, but she loves like Lord of the Rings, which is like 4.5 hours long. You know what I mean? Like,
Complex.
very complex.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's also a fantasy movie. It deserves my attention.
Sure. Whatever you say. Let's get to spoilers of Dead Man's Wire. Just to confirm, Erica, your face is frozen, so
I know, I can see it. Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but you're frozen. I don't know if you want to leave and come back.
Spoiler alert.
So, spoilers for Dead Man's Wire. One thing I really appreciated was seeing Al Pacino in a movie again. He's been busy. He's also in what's the name of the movie? Well, while I look it up, I'll just say he was incredible in this, even though he's limited. He like literally phones it in, meaning a lot of his scenes are him on the phone, not giving in at all to Tony's demands for an apology.
Yeah.
Even if it's at the
Douchebag,
cost,
man.
even if it's at the cost of his son's life.
And his son knows it. Like, you heard the conversation. Like, you think I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth? Like,
I kind of
Yeah.
like
I understand
that
the financial.
it was just phone calls, though. I kind of like that because
Right.
it's like not that it's impossible to share a screen with Al Pacino, but I think it kind of gave the people who had the screen time, like, gave them the grace to, like, okay, go for it.
Their
kind
own
of thing.
shine.
Yeah, like, you don't have
Yeah.
to worry about, because you're never gonna get a bad performance out of Al Pacino.
Well, I mean, I think it's some people. Some of his performances rub people the wrong way because it's just so big.
Al
It's
the
always
movie.
very
The
chaotic.
movie. It's always Al
Yeah.
Pacino. Yeah. The movie I was thinking of that I also saw at TIFF is called Easy's Waltz, and that's with Vince Vaughn. I'm curious when that finally goes wide, if we'll cover that, Adrian. I think you guys both would dig it, but like it's a very different Vince Vaughn. But Al Pacino is very like old school fucking Pacino in that movie. Here, it's a little bit more subdued because he is limited to behind a phone. He's got kind of a funny accent. But someone else that really stood out to me, I mean, everyone stood out, to be quite honest. I think everyone's great. But Coleman Domingo,
Yeah.
he plays essentially the radio DJ who is named Fred
He's
Temple.
like in the middle of it all.
Mhm.
Fred Temple.
Yeah.
Like he's, doing the normal Indianapolis radio show. And for whatever reason, Tony loves his show and is like, you know what? Fred will get it. Fred gets it. You know what I mean?
He's a good man.
He's a good man. Like, I need to talk to Fred. And he ends up connecting with him. And he kind of acts as like a mediator during this whole like hostage situation. I think,
which is so bizarre that even happens. I understand it's the 70s and we had to have instances like that to get to the points that we're at now. But how bizarre is that?
Isn't that wild? Like, it makes
like even the feds like show up and they're like, wait, so you're Fred, right? And he's like, no. Oh, so you're Fred? No. Wait, so who's Fred that he's talking to? Oh, the radio DJ. And he's like, what? Like, why are you talking to a radio DJ?
But
what's your boy's name that you like to listen to? Dan or
Dan Patrick.
It's like if someone called him to Dan Patrick nowadays. Yeah. So go ahead, Erica. What were you gonna say?
No, it's just like you have to think, right? I mean, in his situation, the way he's feeling, like, and then he's needing something familiar, and like, you know, he listens to him all the time, kind of thing. And so, like, he's like, yeah, like, why? Like you said, why wouldn't he understand? Like, he's like, I listen to him all the time. I listen to him talk. Like, he's gonna understand.
I think it was just his like his psyche was thinking, they're portraying me in all this, like if I'm the villain and I'm the bad guy, how can I get my word out? Right. Oh, well, he's a good dude. He'll listen. He'll put my word out there, and then everybody can hear my side of the story.
Well, and then in his situation too, like, why would he think he's the bad guy? You know what I mean? Like, at that point, he's like, well, obviously I'm not the bad guy. I'm not the one robbing me of all this money. Like, how could anybody be mad at the situation that's going on? I mean, that's, like you said, that's the crazy thing, Michael. They make you side with people, and you know, they make you really kind of understand and see the side of it.
Because if we're not watching this movie from the perspective of the audience of watching this movie, but like someone watching the news at the time, like if we saw that happen right now, we'd be like, holy shit, like this guy's a madman, like this is crazy. And like,
no way. I'd be like, how can we help? Let's support this dude.
Yeah, but you don't know the context yet, right? That slowly starts to come out. And even nowadays, especially now, there's going to be an opinion. Like they're going to say, oh, he's a radical left or he's a radical right, or like it's going to get politicized, you know, like it's probably even harder to get a true perspective of someone going through something like that without it being spun in some kind of way. So but I do appreciate Gus, the director Gus Van Sant, telling this story now, because he does a great job of capturing the time. Like, again, the music, the cars, the telephone, the costumes, the hair.
I just love it.
I love how he's like dropping the phone and picking it up and like, fuck, like, it's just so perfect, spot on.
It takes you back to that time, yet the energy and the way he's put this movie together does feel very fresh and like energetic of like a movie that would come out today. And then it wasn't a huge budgeted film. And I think that's the arena he works well at. Have you guys seen any Gus Van Sant films? My Own Private Idaho, Drugstore Cowboy,
Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting might be the most, popular one in that regard.
I mean, I've seen Good Will Hunting, but it's been a while.
Yeah.
Sure.
Psycho.
That's not me. That's not like a casual movie.
Right. A feel good
like I gotta
movie.
be in the mood to like cry, laugh, snot, tears, kind of thing.
It's not like Lord of the Rings for sure. So Gus Van Sant is from up here in Portland, where I'm at, and we at the Portland Critics Association actually did a screening of Drugstore Cowboy at the Hollywood Theater. Shout out Hollywood Theater. And that's always been on like my watch list. And having seen Dead Man's Wire and then seeing Drugstore Cowboy, I went down the rabbit hole, saw My Private Idaho. To Die For with Nicole Kidman and Joaquin Phoenix is probably the most like batshit of them all. You guys should check that one out. It's pretty cool.
I've seen that one. That one's crazy.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. It's like early Nicole trajectory of the kind of movie she would end up making from there on forward. But seeing that he's made these movies, my point being, him having made these movies over the course of several decades to still feel fresh, have an understanding of pace. I think pace is probably one of the strongest aspects outside of performances in this movie, because again, it's an hour and what do you say, like 45 minutes. It does, and it feels,
this is an hour 105 minutes. So yeah, an hour 45.
It feels like it has enough information for like a 2-hour movie, but it's over in like an hour and a half, which I think is a great testament to pace. Hey, take it easy. I already see your face, Erica. For the listeners only, Erica's talking shit about One Battle again. Anyways, but yeah, outside of that, I think one other person that I wanted to highlight is I mentioned her a little bit ago, Mahala, who plays the reporter Linda, who's kind of getting like secondary thought as far as main assignments, and she just happens to get assigned to this story and like goes all in. And I think
she doesn't get assigned to it. Hold on. She doesn't get assigned to it. She takes it. She just happens to be in the neighborhood.
Right. She's on
sees and hears about the police activity, and she goes and takes charge of the story.
They try to take it from her throughout.
Yeah, like, she sends them the wrong way.
Yeah, right. But I think she's really talented. She's in industry, and she was in, I think, Bodies. Is that what it's called? Yeah. Leave the World Behind, which also a trip of a movie. But she's really good in this, and I think she's a fantastic actress as well. I mean, just what an ensemble. Like, I think just to put a cap on it, quite an ensemble for Dead Man's Wire. And lastly, just last thing I'll say, I love that there's such a comedic element to it. You know what I mean? Like, he's at his house. He takes him back to his house, and he's like, tells the cops, like, oh, you don't think like I have everything set up? If anyone comes in here, this place is blowing up, right? But then he's like serving himself milk. He's like, do you want ice? I don't know if I filled the ice trays. He's like, no ice, Tony, it's cool. And like just different dynamics that show that this guy's like thoughtful and considerate and like
a good person.
He's not a murderer. He's just
insane for temporary insanity.
His back is up against the wall. You know what I mean?
Mad, like understandably mad.
Oh yeah. What are his emotional traits? And they're like, he's angry. Like, really angry.
Why wouldn't he be mad about that?
And then I think to your opening line, Adrian, we get to the point where like he's finally negotiated to do the release, but he wants to have a press conference. And that press conference cuts into John Wayne getting an award, which fucking great. Fuck John Wayne.
He wants it on like national TV.
Right.
So he's like, let's see if we're on national TV, and he puts it on, and it's John Wayne, and he's like, how do I compete with John Wayne?
Right. Because he's watching like John Wayne movies throughout, like it's on the TV, like in the background, right? So it's a good way to tie it all together.
Because he's a cowboy like John Wayne.
Right. And it's got a bit of a Western feel, even though it's like in a city. You know what I mean? It's really...
but like even when he's like putting on like the actual like wire and like wrapping it around and stuff, you're just like, oh, fuck. Like I forgot. Because like I said, I had already like known kind of like the story, but like didn't know the story. So I was like, oh shit, he's going for it.
Yeah. And even in that moment, like in the tense moments, it takes it as like a tense thriller scene. You know what I mean? It's like if I trip or if you whatever, like it's going off. If anyone pulls
he almost falls. He pulls him back. So in the theater, like it wasn't a packed house.
Okay.
Maybe like 15, 20 people in there.
Okay.
But I felt like I was the only one laughing. Like
really,
I didn't think anybody else thought it was comedic. My wife was sitting there and I don't think she laughed or chuckled at all.
Really?
And I was laughing. Like I was full blown like laughing. But I think I was the only one. I think everybody else kind of took it serious.
I definitely got some comedic vibes. You should have definitely been laughing at some of the shit happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's intentionally funny without trying. Like, there's no effort in it. It's a great job.
It's ridiculous, so it's funny.
Yeah. I listened to it. I listened to an interview where Bill was talking about like that whole milk scene with the ice, and he's like, I just improvised that part because it felt like that's something this guy would do, and like he talked about you can't force improv, you just got to like feel it organically.
Yeah.
And the whole movie feels that way. It feels very lived in and organic. Any other thoughts for Dead Man's Wire? Just again, Cary Ells. I just have to say, I love Cary Ells. He might have been my favorite part of the movie just because, like, once I saw the end credits roll, I was like, that's fucking Cary Ells. I fucking knew it. Like, since Robin Hood Men in Tights, like, he's been, I've had his stock. I've had his
Shit
stock. Yeah.
show. Shit
Dude,
show.
shit show. He's great. Yeah, anything else? Dead
I
Man's
mean,
Wire.
if it's still out and available, I would definitely recommend this for the movies. Like, it was a great time. Like,
It was
we
a fun time. I'm glad
Did-
I didn't watch it on the ship.
Yeah, Netflix, right? You said Rosalind, your wife, went with you. Did she enjoy it? You said she didn't laugh, but did she have a good time or not her speed?
Yeah.
What was she did?
Yeah,
Okay.
so we picked up my daughter from grandma, and she was like, "Oh, so how was the movie?" You know, she's
Oh.
8 now, and she wants to have conversations. And so I told her like about the movie, like it was good. And my wife said like, "Oh, it was really good. We really enjoyed it." And oh, what's it about? And I'm like,
Sure.
"Oh, a guy with a shotgun strapped to his head." And I'm explaining it to her. My wife's looking at me like, "Can
What
you
are you
keep the
doing?"
details out?"
Yeah, sure. Well, that's good. I'm happy to hear. And Erica, did you do your wonderful solo trip, or did we have a
Oh,
friend?
no, I usually go
How
solo.
was the viewing? Yeah. Well, you said it's the best way to watch a movie. I think it's underrated.
I
Like,
just,
go to a movie theater by
when I
yourself.
was living in Humboldt, I just got used to like doing a lot of things on my own, where if that was like going to dinner, going to the movies, going to the beach, doing things on my own. Because,
Yeah.
not that I didn't have friends up there, but sometimes I just like, I need to breathe by myself. And I
sure.
love doing things by myself. It's so much fun. So yeah, I'm definitely love to go to a movie by myself, especially if I
Love
just
that.
want to
Love
like
it.
focus. I don't need nobody talking to me, nothing. So
And I think that's the thing too, is like, you don't go to a movie to talk. Like I posted on Instagram on our 1 year a clip, and Erica, you're
Yeah.
talking about like, okay, shut up in a fucking movie. And like, yeah, in a movie you don't talk. So if you go by yourself, like, more reason for you to not be influenced on
yes.
what you think of a movie. You like, you get
Another
that all on your own.
another podcast I listen to, they do like the ins and outs of 2026. Like every year they do like the ins and outs of that year. And I think I should just stop talking in a movie theater. Like it's out. We don't do that anymore.
For sure.
So
for sure.
question on movie etiquette.
Here we go.
Since out of
I love it.
you guys are talking about talking, but like you guys mean like full blown conversations, right? Like if he cracks a joke, or if somebody like if when you recognize Carrie Hughes and you tell like, hey, that's so and so, is that against the
That
rules?
would bother
That's
me.
how loud.
But I don't think that like if say like a joke, you'd be like, oh my God, that was good. Like that's fine. Like if you do like a little comment like that, I'm fine. But if you
Okay.
you lean over and you just want to have a conversation, or if you're like, oh, who's that? I think I know them, but I don't want to hear that. We're in the movie theater.
Yeah. I mean, I think people think they whisper softer than they actually do also.
Mhm.
But like if someone's sitting right behind you whispering, like you could hear
You
them.
can hear it, yeah.
Like when I went to go see Wicked for Good, and this woman next to me was like on her phone,
Had
and
to
the
snatch
people
that phone out
behind
her
finally
fucking
like,
hand.
and she like was under her jacket, so she ends up asking me like, excuse, like while the movie's going, excuse me, could you see me on my phone? Did it bother you? And I was like, yeah, I can notice it. And like 5 minutes later, she and her man like left the movie, and she was just it's like, don't come to the movies, you're gonna be on your
I
phone,
hate it.
or if you need to have conversation. Now, I will say there are some exceptions. Like maybe if it's something like, it's really hard, but I was gonna say like a comedy that's like an older comedy that's re-released into theaters or something. Like if Dumb and Dumber came
So
back
like
on,
if a movie that's
or
been
like
out and it just re-releases and everyone like there's no spoilers at that point, everybody's already seen it, like yeah, whatever, chat. Like another good
well, I
example.
mean, but I think chat is a strong word. Like because it's likely there's some people seeing it for the first time, but I think it's just a little loose. It's slightly loose.
I get. Well,
You know?
like, let me give you
I
a
don't know.
different example, right? Because
Okay.
I went to a lot, like Avengers Endgame, right? Everybody was like cheering and whooping and laughing and interacting. So,
Sure.
like,
Right.
I didn't have a problem with that because everybody was so hyped about that movie and it was dope as hell. But like,
Right.
Michael, if
Good
we
example.
were to all three like watch this movie like we did in the past, and you lean over to me and be like, "Oh my God, is that so and so?" It would be like, "Shut the fuck
Sure.
up, Michael!" Like I don't
Like
care.
get a
You're
backhand.
like, I'm gonna miss
But I think
all of the dialogue because I can't hear anything.
I'll tell you, Michael. You can lean over and tell me who it is. I'm
I'll
not
sit
gonna
on
be
the
upset.
other side of
For
Adrian,
example-
so that way
Really?
you guys can sit
Really?
next to each
Here's something you don't do though, Adrian, is like when we went to watch Ninja Turtles on the re-release, and this guy's quoting the movie like 5 seconds before the line comes throughout the whole movie.
I was only doing that to you, like whispering it in your ear.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. That was the only one. Let's get to double features for Dead Man's Wire. I think there's a lot of different directions you could go with this movie because it does have different kind of tones and genres within it. But Erica, kick us off. What would you recommend to go with Dead Man's Wire?
So I wanted to go along the lines of just picking another Skarsgård family member and like picking a movie. And then I'm like, okay, well, what kind of movie do I want to go with? Because Stellan Skarsgård does an absolute phenomenal job in the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. And so like
You would.
I tell you, Michael,
would.
like the prosthetics he's wearing, he's just a phenomenal actor. He does a great job, right? But I'm like, no, because then you have to watch like the whole trilogy. Like you can't just watch one of those movies. But I still kind of wanted a fun-ish movie. And I recently found out that our boy Alexander Skarsgård is in Zoolander.
My God.
Okay.
So I think
So
after
that's
this
where you're
movie,
going?
to kind of lighten up some fun, to see another Skarsgård completely in a movie you would not expect him to be in, I'm gonna pick Zoolander.
Okay. I mean, dude, Alexander Skarsgård is another one that's like phenomenal actor. He's great. He was great in
The Northman?
Yeah, well, yes, TV show. Succession.
I was like, True Blood?
I don't know if you guys watched that show. Well, I know for some folks, yeah. But he's gonna Adrian, I mean, not to bring up things you're not comfortable with, but he does have a movie coming out, Pillion. Have you heard of this one, Erica?
Is that the one with
Why would I not be comfortable with it?
the guy who plays Dudley Dursley in Harry Potter?
Who's that? Probably. He looks like he's in Harry Potter. Harry Melling. Does that sound right?
Maybe, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, he's in Harry Potter.
Are
He
they
plays Dudley
bikers?
Dursley.
They're
Yeah,
in
that's
like
him.
the gay biker gang?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why I would not be comfortable.
Well,
Correct.
Handsome
it's
biker
not
takes
even-
him on as his submissive.
yeah, and
see.
I don't think it would make you uncomfortable in the fact that it's a gay biker club. I think there's just like certain scenes that you would just like be like, why did they make me watch this kind of thing?
Yeah, correct. If you didn't like it, like from what I hear, if you weren't comfortable with Rocky Horror, like Pillion is gonna
Oh no, yeah,
be
you
next
know.
level. So we should cover it on the pond when it comes out.
So Michael and I will be covering that week.
Yeah, we'll cover that one. Okay, so Zoolander from America to pair with this one. Adrian, what would you go with?
I got two movies.
Okay.
Both along the same lines, but we'll go with the one that came out first. 2011, 30 Minutes or Less, directed by Ruben Fletcher. This was it's a comedy, but again, a true story, like a true crime type vibe, where these guys want to make money, and they kidnap a pizza guy, strap a bomb to his chest, and make him rob a bank. This was a true story. I remember like seeing a documentary about the actual event. Spoiler, like in real life, the guy doesn't make it. It was a big thing, like gets blown up on the news, on TV. And then Pain and Gain, that was 2013. That's a Michael Bay movie, with Mark Wahlberg, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Anthony Mackie. Pretty much they try to extort this like rich Miami um, gym like owner. So these two muscle heads just try to extort this guy, and it's just a stupid, funny, but based on a true story,
Yeah.
true crime type movie. Yeah.
I was looking up the documentary for the 30 minutes or less. So the Evil Genius that was on Netflix, is that the one you're referring to, Adrian? Right?
Yes.
Not funny at all. So I'm really curious to see how like I haven't seen 30 minutes or less, but it sounds like they make it comedic, which
Because it's so stupid. Like, how could these guys think that this is gonna work?
so
And
it's not based on the true events. It's just the premise of if like idiots did this.
Yeah.
Got it.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Because like the Evil Genius documentary is a really good documentary, but like what happens is so fucked. Like so fucked. Okay. Well, for me, I'm going the route of again someone with their back against the wall. The systems have fucked them, but instead of the financial system, it's the healthcare system, and I'm going John Q. Denzel Washington, son needs a heart transplant, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since
bodybuilder. What kind of 8-year-old kid wants to be a bodybuilder?
It's been a while since I've watched it, but I remember when I did watch it, it definitely hit. Like it's tough. It's
So
tough.
rough.
But Denzel's great in it. He takes the hospital essentially hostage in order to get the healthcare that his son needs. And again, you're empathizing with someone that on the exterior may be doing criminal activities, but really they're just a person out of options.
Oh, he holds them hostage to like do a transplant. Like, take my heart out and give it to my son. They're like, we can't do that.
Yeah,
He's like, yeah, you will.
Yeah, I kind of want to rewatch it, so I might fire that one up again, and next episode for what we've seen, I'll go a little bit more in depth. But yeah, John Q, check that one out. Again, have some tissues ready for that one.
Man, that one's like burned in there, like right there. I can't forget that movie. I've only seen it like twice, and I can every scene.
Dead Man's Wire isn't emotional that way, the way John Q is. But if you do watch John Q, have the Kleenex ready. Let's draft some stock.
Let me see. I guess I'll go third, and Erica can go first again.
All right, so our wheel isn't working, so we're gonna get real creative with it.
Oh boy!
Fuck out of here. So I got
our
initials.
Keep that paper in the freezer for a while?
Frozen ball, yeah. Okay. Look it. Okay, for those of you just listening, I'm showing you the bowl, and there's 3 pieces of paper. There's 3 pieces. I'll show you. See? Okay, I'm gonna pick one. Cool. Eyes are closed. Picking this one. Okay. Who's going first?
The bowl has to be touching the top of your head.
It's Erica. Let's do it again.
Told you. You might as well go second.
Hold on. Let's see. Going second. Oh, that's fucked up. Sorry, Adrian. You're going third. Adrian third. Sorry. Let's see if we can get in the camera there. Adrian third. All right. Well, don't know what to tell you.
I hope you cut this and add this to our socials.
So, Erica, that's fucked up. I just picked them at random. I don't know what to tell you.
Sure.
The gods, talk to the gods about it. Okay, so for record keeping, only one person in this movie has been drafted already, and that is Coleman Domingo, and Anthony, shout out Anthony, has him drafted. So everyone else is available on the board. So Erica, damn it. I already know where you're going to go, but go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, and Bill, you know, he's it's hard, mega talented, but between like the kind of movies Alexander and Stalin do, his are like left field. You know what I mean? He does the horror genre. He does these kind of like weird characters. And he's crushed it. I don't think he's missed. And Barbarian was a lot of fun. You mentioned that one earlier. So Great pick. I expected him to go first. I'm going to go with Mahala. I mentioned her earlier. She played Linda Page, the reporter. Young actress. I think if you're looking at the cast, she's one of the younger cast members whose career, she's done, obviously, like I said, some work, but there's a bright future ahead of her. Al Pacino's on the board, one of the greatest of all time, but, how many more does he have in him? Gus Van Sant, great, but I just really like the work that Mahala has done, and I think she's going to be a rising star and a legit household name in the next few years here. So happy
Al
with my
Pacino
pick.
just like had a kid, man. So his name is gonna live on forever, and I'm pretty sure he has like 4 or 5 kids. They're all like, one of them's gonna be like, this is gonna be his cash cow.
You're not drafting his like children.
Stock goes up when family
Bro,
business.
fuck that. No. Okay, who are you taking? Who's your pick?
I'm gonna go Dick Hall. We'll go Dacre Montgomery.
Okay, Stranger Things guy.
Stranger Things. I really liked him in Stranger Things. I haven't kept up with Stranger Things. That was probably the last season I saw. But he did really good. And in this, what he's asked not to do is better than what he was asked to do. And he nailed it. Like, that's got to be an intimidating role, to just limited, looking down a lot, not really like you getting all this FaceTime, but you're not really looking at the camera. You're almost talking like to the side and to like something else, like talking to your hands. I think he killed it.
And he's got to show that subtle devastation. Like we said, he hears his dad on the phone pretty much be like,
oh, and I felt the frustration for him. Like, he's rubbing his head. Like, he already knows.
like,
just like listening the first 3 words out of his mouth, he already knew, like, he's not gonna put up any money to save me.
Yeah. Dead Man's Wire in theaters now. All 3 of us gave it thumbs up. All 3 of us recommend it. Make sure to follow all of our socials on Seen This Pod. Sign up for our newsletter, seenthispod.com/subscribe. And also make sure to send Erica your emails at what is it? What's our email? seenthisemail@gmail.com for your ASMR requests and any other email information you want to send across for ideas, feedback, thoughts. But thank you guys for listening. We are very excited for the movie slate coming. I have some interviews coming up as well. If you didn't check it out last Friday, I talked to Sagan Akinola, who did the composition for Origin, the story of the Basketball Africa League. Super cool insight, very cool docuseries that is coming out shortly, I hope. I don't think it's out wide yet, but really insightful there. I'd love to do a draft again, but we know how it gets. Adrian with his cahoots.
Send your emails in, guys. Start recommending movies you guys want to hear, listen to. Maybe some comedy, because for some reason Mikey doesn't like comedy anymore.
This was a comedy. You said this was comedic.
Comedy.
You said this was comedic. Come on.
You also said multiple times, like, oh, that's not my kind of funny movie. Like, I don't really watch those kind of. Anaconda is a good movie you should watch, just so you know.
You're talking about the new one that you mentioned last episode. Yeah. I don't know.
You like the original. Why would you not? Right.
Yeah, I'll watch the old one, sure. Because it's unintentional comedy. It's not trying to be funny. It's just fucking...
But you're not even open.
It's like the comedy of Mortal Kombat.
You're not even open to it. I don't want to hear it. You're not even open to it.
I'll tell you what.
Open your mind, Mikey.
I'll tell you what. I'll watch Anaconda, and you're going to cover Pillion when it comes out.
I've already opened my mind. I've already expanded. Whoa. I've already been expanding my mind.
Until then, stay safe.
Peace.